already dumped you if your feet weren't cute. So I get my pedicures. You know, you don't gotta worry about that. I get my pedicures, except for right now. It sucks. Hey everyone, it's me, Ellery, and I am here with my recap and review of episode 6 of Boomerang of season 2. So if you're interested in my review and recap, make sure that you stick around and stay tuned. Also, while you're here, don't forget to subscribe and then turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into my recap and my review. All right, y'all, so last night, episode 6 of Boomerang season 2 aired, and this episode was all about who? Crystal. Crystal is my absolute favorite character because I feel like I relate to her the most. I mean, from like being natural to being like the mom kind of sort of person of the group, just kind of like the caretaker, her body, everything. Like, I just love Crystal. And she's also to me kind of like that person that's always like seeing both sides, that whole gambit. So anyways, she's my absolute favorite character. And last night's episode was all about her, which was so great to see because she's kind of been a character that we haven't gotten to know a lot about. Like, we kind of have, but we don't. Like, in comparison to some of the others, we just have not gotten the same, in my opinion. So this episode was all about her. She took a trip to Paris because, as we found out in the last episode, she got a really big job offer for a really big ad company, but it's in Paris. And so, assuming this is why she went there, right? The episode kicks off, she's on the plane, and she goes to post a picture, like, oh, for her solo trip or whatever, and it shows that the only person that likes her picture is her mom. Not funny. My mom, she be liking my stuff too. So there's that. Anyway, and then she's kind of like missing everything that's happening around her because she gets so invested in, like, her friends are on social media, but it doesn't seem like they're liking her picture. They haven't said anything to her. You know, Tia's protesting, trying to get equal rights and equal wage and pay and stuff like that for the exotic dancers. You know, you got Bryson, who's still doing his F-boy stuff. You know how that goes. And then you see David, he finally made it Instagram official with the new boo. Ari is getting in touch with his feminine side by getting a pedicure. And then I don't really think it said anything about Simone. I missed that part. Anyways, it seems like everybody's wrapped up in themselves and nobody's even saying anything to her, which is also kind of frustrating because this is a big deal, right? And it's like, dang, y'all not even gonna say, be safe, have a good trip, nothing. Anyways, so in the midst of this, she's getting caught up in this. She's missing everything that's going around her. Kelly Rowland comes on the plane, didn't even notice her. This fine man kept trying to get her attention, didn't even notice him. They kept trying to give her some champagne. She didn't even see that. She just kind of missed everything. And so the beginning of the trip just kind of goes a little rocky. She gets there, she struggles to get her bag into the hotel. Then she goes to get her room, which was supposed to be like the Supreme Deluxe or whatever. Child, it was a regular schmegula motel, leave the light on for you room, right? So then she's still in her room, she's on her phone, she's looking up all her friends and everything, and still nobody's really said anything. And then I think she finally gets a message that's like, oh, you're probably in your room on Instagram. So then she decides, all right, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go out. So she heads out, she's trying to get the perfect picture, which we've all been there. It sucks trying to get the perfect picture, especially when you're by yourself, right? Yeah. So she doesn't really do a good job of that. Then she ends up actually dropping her phone in some water, and this fine, wonderful, beautiful chocolate French man is like, oh, I can help you. I can fix it. She goes back to his place. Then she thinks, oh no, I think he's trying to kill me. So she runs out of the door. Now she has no phone. She's sitting at home eating a burger. And then she gets a call that the phone had been dropped off. After the phone was dropped off, she's like, okay, maybe he wasn't a murderer. Like, what murderer would return a phone, right? So she goes back. He's in there having dinner with his family. She sits down with the family in this gorgeous dress, by the way. Sis, you think we don't see you, okay? we gonna let that be. Anyways, she and then he ends up taking her out to see the real Paris. They have a great time, whatever. That leads to 1, 2, 3, or a couple of things. Just ends up having a really, really good night. And then the foot part happens, and she pulls those sheets up and she sees his feet, and she's like, oh my gosh, because his feet were nasty. That was the whole episode last night that was about Crystal, which again, so excited that she had her own episode. All right, so I know y'all are probably like, wait a second, did her clothes just change? Did her makeup just get better? It did. But no, seriously. So after I did my recap and my review and I was in the middle of editing and stuff, also got an awesome opportunity to actually interview Brittany, who plays Crystal. So that got me looking up some things, and I started digging more into the episode. I came across some articles, all this stuff, y'all. And it just totally revamped my mind, and I had to come back and give you all an update to my review. I'm going to show you all my original comment on the review. So wait right here, okay? It's gonna come in 3, 2, 1. I was a little disappointed in it, to be honest, though, because there wasn't a lot of dialogue. We didn't see her like go to the actual new job or to the new office. Like, what was that about? Who did you like? Do you meet anybody from work or anything like that? And I hated that it was like over half of the episode she was kind of losing. I would have really liked to see her win or just something majority of the episode, but she did. She finally let loose, and she finally did win by the end of the episode, which I guess too, from like a writing standpoint or like artistic standpoint, it was like a lot was said without being said, if that makes any sense. I'm kind of straddling the fence. I'm like, on one hand, I didn't completely like the episode just because I wanted more from her. I wanted to know more. I wanted to, you know, get more. I felt like I needed more. In general, thought the episode was great. I just really wanted more of Crystal, but I always want more of Crystal, so I'm also a little biased all at the same time. All right, so that was my original opinion and review. Then my like wannabe producer director mind kicked on, and I was like, wait a second, y'all, the episode was simply beautiful. And I am so sorry for thinking otherwise, that the episode was less than beautiful. You know, what we saw with everybody else is that they had everybody else around them or somebody else around them to give them these aha moments and to make their characters transition into another phase of life in the show. But the thing is with Crystal is that she's always that person for everybody else. And for the first time, she was by herself and she had her aha moment by herself. And I think that was so important. It was so important, especially for me as not even just a fan of the show, but just a pure fan of Crystal, right? Like, you want to see Crystal win. You want to see her be successful. You want to see her be great. And it just, you know, it just kind of felt like she kept getting the short end of the stick. But she finally like met someone, like, even though she didn't even know him, she met him and he like saw her, right? And then like the episode, it was just so cinematic. It was like I was watching like a good movie. For the record, Love Jones is my favorite movie. And I felt like I was just having like this Love Jones, Jason's Lyric, Love and Basketball, just one of those like good love movie moments where you didn't even have to say too much, but he still saw her and they gave each other time, okay? And sis had a moment where it was like, I'm good. Like, I am good. I don't need all these outside noises and factors. I don't need you to tell me that I'm good. I don't need you to tell me that I'm great. Like, it was like all this happened, but it happened by herself without the like dependency of other people. And that might not have been what everybody else got. And maybe that's not the epiphany that she got. But for a person like me who just really like, I be feeling Crystal's character, that's what I got from it. And I just had to come back on here and give you all an update on my review and say, I was happy. I was happy and I was satisfied. I thought which I also said, I thought that it was beautiful. I thought the episode was beautiful. It was very cinematic. It was, I love the fact that she didn't say much, but there was also a lot being said all at the same time. I just really did love that. But when I really had time to step back from it and pay attention, I was like, you know what? This is what Crystal needed. And that's why that scene on the airplane, when the episode first opens up and you see her like going through her phone and she's like, hey, solo trip. And then nobody really says anything to her. We see that she doesn't really talk to them too much. Nobody says anything. Like, nobody's like, oh, have a good time, have a safe trip. Like, none of that, like I said. But then we get to the end of the episode and she goes to pull her phone out and she's like, I don't even need it. You could tell it's like, and she puts her phone back in her bag, y'all. Like, once my wheels got turning, I believe Don Davis was the director of this episode as well. Even if she wasn't, whoever was, it was beautiful. I thought the episode truly was beautiful, and it really did do what it was supposed to do, and it delivered what it was supposed to deliver. And I felt like we learned more about Crystal, saw her aha moment, and saw her be like, I am bad by myself, all in that one episode. So I was happy, I was satisfied, and I just wanted to cut off myself and give a recap and review on my own opinion. So the next episode is going to be the season finale. It's actually going to be an hour long. That's going to be on April 29th. If you're not following me, you should be, because I did a great interview this week actually with Titania, who plays Simone, and then I had one as well with Brittany, who plays Crystal, and I'm going to upload those videos later, eventually, sometime. Besides that, leave me some comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the episode. Tell me how you felt about the episode, and if I was tripping the first time, if I got it right the first time, if I was right this time, or what. Just let me know what you all are thinking. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all. Bye.